And so as a result, um, all right, cool. Yeah, so as a result, you can get across, but you might, route back across if you fail your recovery. So I was messing around with it today, um, and so it does make for, I think it's going to make for a more dynamic game where at least the French have a chance of getting, coming to grips with the Prussians there at Wavre. Um, I think and
Do
his
the
Ed's comment to me was that Vendôme only attacked at the bridges, and
Mhm.
and there were no other fords that were found, but the at least from what at least from what Ed was thinking, it was possible that he could have sent the guys splashing across the stream as well. So we're going to try that out and see how that goes.
Now,
And
do the Prussians have the same morale rules as?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So they got the same thing. So
Oh,
we're
I
using,
I
yeah.
will tell you now, I will never play that game with the Prussians. Never.
Yeah, so it's got the same thing where, some guy disorders past the Landwehr and everybody runs for their life kind of a thing. So, in fact, now that you remind me of it, I'm like, oh, I forgot to roll for that last turn. Yeah. So yeah, so
I s-
it's got all the same rules from Ligny. Um, and so we'll just kind of see how it plays out. So, given the fact that there can be attacks or movement across the dial, not exclusively at the bridges, um, I'm, it's leading to a more interesting, uh, battle, I think, than what the game had been before.
Sounds like, yeah, if you make a whole bunch of good morale rolls, you could change things.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, already I captured one of the bridges because I was asking him, okay, here in the setup it says these units have to be in the town of Wavre, um, but I said, like, do the cultivated hexes count? Because there's a cultivated hex by this bridge, but there's not a town by this one bridge. And he's like, nope, it's got to be in the town. Thielman was moving the corps towards Waterloo when he gets called back to go and defend Wavre.
Hmm.
And so he's not, like, manning the lines at like Normandy, the beaches of Normandy. Um, so already the French have captured one bridge, and but there's at least two other bridges have gotten burned. But if I can get across across the dial at a couple of other places, then I can turn and then I can, if I can capture both ends of the bridge, then I can get the bridge repaired, and then I can move other troops and stuff like that across. So we'll see how it all plays out. You know, but it's I'm using the fifth edition rules, so now I have to, like, get myself in the. I was in the fifth edition mindset earlier today, and now I've got to go. Oh, I got to get back in the premier rule mindset here. So,
Changing gears like that is so hard.
yes, it can be. It's kind of like the difference between going from fencing foil to fencing epee. It's like, why do I keep making parry repos? I should just be counterattacking. It's epee. And no, no. And of course, going from epee to foil, I have some students that to fence epee almost exclusively, and occasionally they'll get wrangled into like a team event where they fence foil, and they just have a heck of a time because they always want to counterattack, and the rules of the right of way, they're in hopeless trouble. So, well, how's everybody doing?
How you?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. Keith is not going to be able to join us this evening. He's got family visiting from out of town. So I'm going to try to do my best to shuffle his people around. One of the things oh, and then Brennan, I talked with Jim Soto. he and Dennis are not going to be ready to present anything to us this Saturday. So we're going to try to schedule something with them maybe a few weeks or a month out, depending on how promptly they can get some of their stuff put together. So I thought I'd give you a heads up.
Yeah. Okay. So I had jury duty that started today,
Okay.
which makes for a double load on life. So I think an interesting topic we could do next is like um, talking a little bit about firepower, melee, and fighting and terrain. And
Okay.
those are three major topics. We could do but I'm not going to have time this week to do content for it.
Okay. Well, no worries. Um, what kind of images would do you think would be helpful? Because I've got Vassal modules at various stages in like Dresden, Linny. Obviously, this battle's not that engaged yet, but we've got some. I can pull up and make some images. So, is there anything in particular that you'd like me to try to focus on? Let me know, and I can then try to get some snapshots, so we have some stuff that we can at least kind of talk about. Otherwise, we can
That'd be
just
super.
we can just either wing it, or we can push it off for another weekend or something. We don't have to.
Let's push it off for a
Yeah.
weekend just because I gotta get my feet under me with this bird.
Well, did you get put on a jury, or did you
It's a
just have to go
grand
and sit?
jury.
You're what?
So it's a
Oh,
grand
wow.
jury.
Oh
So
my
you
gosh.
just sit, yeah, and they bring in
So you're going to
and
be
it's
on that for a while, it sounds like?
a month, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I've got jury duty coming up too, but it's like the local civil court, and that's at the end of July, early August.
Yeah,
So
I got mine in December.
yeah, so I'm hoping that I mean I've been on juries before. It's not the end of the world. Usually the little civil cases are done within a day or two. Um, but yeah, a grand jury, oof,
Yep.
that
It's
should
a
be
big
fun.
time commitment. Yeah, it's civic duty, but it's a time commitment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, and I'm sure your employer is still expecting you to try to do something, right? Or are you just
Yep,
yeah, yeah.
exactly.
Well, I hope that it all goes as smoothly as possible, um, and hopefully you won't get put on something that goes longer than that. I was once a potential juror candidate on a criminal case, and it was like a murder, homicide, rape. I mean, it was absolutely nasty, and they're like, the jury selection alone is going to take a month, and then the case is going to go for 6 months, and then the penalty phase is going to be like another month or whatever. And so everyone's looking around like, we're going to be stuck on this jury for over half a year. And so they
Wow.
were, yeah. And so of the pool of jurors, they had like 700 jurors, and all of us were writing. I mean, unless you work for an employer that is going to guarantee your salary while you're on jury duty. I mean, I couldn't do it. I'm self-employed, so of that pool of 700 people, I think only a fraction of them were able to stick around, and fortunately, I was released. But that's really tough when you got something. Let's see here. We got William from Kitchener, Ontario. Yes, I did get your email regarding the Waterloo booklet. Congratulations on winning that last Saturday for Stuka Joe's visit to the channel, and I will try to get that off to you. So I'll take a look and see what the fee is, but I'm hoping that it's not going to be anything onerous sending it to Canada. I think you'll enjoy the game. It's a fun little solitaire game, and you can make it as hard or as easy as you want to be, depending on what mood you're in. All right. So I don't see you in the Vassal module with us, Brennan.
Yeah.
Let me find out.
There you
There he is.
There you
go.
go.
Number 11. Which is his roll, right? Every time?
Yep. And I've decided I'm going to call myself 66.
Okay, well, I'll name myself 65.
Yeah, we'll
Dave
all
will
be
name himself
confused. What's
64.
going on? What's going on? Yeah.
There
Okay.
was one rule procedure thing that we identified that we should implement going forward, probably, which is that in the premier rules, an attack, a melee attack against skirmishers, the attacker does not take a morale check, and the skirmishers take a morale check at -6.
Right. And there was one other thing that I noticed that we'd been doing wrong, and that has to do with the coordination of the allies. So you have a battery or a pair of batteries or a hex full of batteries with, you got, I think, Austrians in one hex and Russians in the other. And you've got a leader there who's either Austrian or Russian, but they can't coordinate those two together because the leaders of the Austrians can't affect the Russians and vice versa. So I just thought I'd point that out to you as well. I was kind of looking through it after you brought that up to me. I'm like, oh, and so I was kind of reviewing some stuff. And so I thought, oh, that's something. So those two batteries would have to, or those two hexes would have to fire separately, since they can't coordinate with a leader in that same way.
Alrighty.
So, all right. Yeah, and so I think kind of getting more specifically to the point, and of course this is my challenge, but for everybody, there are some things in the special rules for Austerlitz that they're not so much at variance with the rules, but they do modify the way that you would normally think the rules are going to be happening. And so that's what we looked at with that pre-melee morale check thing. So I would encourage everyone to kind of just read through that stuff again, get familiar with it. And for me, and well, for David, we've got Prague on Sunday nights. We got this on, and then I'm on Wednesdays. I'll be doing Wavre, and then I know Jim Soto is supposed to be getting the new materials for the upcoming game that Marshal's going to put out here. I don't know if I don't know if it's going to come out this year, but maybe early part of next year. So
What
I got
did you decide on doing?
I cannot say. I am sworn to secrecy.
Still a secret.
Yes, it's top secret. They will. I'm sure they will share it with me at some point here in the future. But for the moment,
I'll make sure to bring some pentothal up when I come on.
is that it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it's the secret is it does involve the Napoleonic Wars. So that should narrow it down slightly. So, and it will be interesting to see, how they treat this one. So, like everything else. But yeah, apparently Monty's supposed to have the maps done, or has some of the maps done, and then once we get the counters, then we can at least start to mess around with something. So, but that's what's up. Well, are you gentlemen ready to start blowing
Did
things
you
up?
figure you were going to check on one of your artillery pieces? Did you?
Yeah, I
check on it?
did. I did, and it is as horrible in real life as it is in the Vassal module.
Okay.
So I figure it's probably some captured guns from the arsenal in Vienna, and they kind of go bang, but not the usual sort of high quality French stuff that we're used to. Yeah, but I went digging through the counters and found those. So.
And those ones for those two for me, are they really that? Is the one really? And should I replace the other one with just a copy of the other one?
Yeah, you probably should, because one of them is a French battery, right?
Yeah.
So
The
we
back
the
side of it
backside is
is.
a French battery, right? Um, the second of the seventh Apied. So we know that that's not correct.
Correct back.
Yeah, and so that would be one that if you just clone that other
And it was
horse
really
gun.
that bad?
Oh yeah, yeah. The horse guns on the whole for the Austrians are not very good. Um,
Alright, so I will delete that one and I will clone the other unit. I guess I can't delete it. Must, where do I think I can drag it back to the pieces. Let me see if I can do that. Coalition units. See if I can drag it back up there. No, it's not letting me do that. Let's see.
well, I'm able to move it.
So that's the first company. All right. So, I can't. How do I get rid of it?
So this is the one that's down here, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I just deleted it.
Oh, how did you? Okay, and then I'll clone the other one here.
Yeah. I mean, the only other thing
Whoop, now why did it
is
do
out
that?
of command.
All right, so Control C isn't clone in this game. All right.
No, and I've looked at it. So Control C is out of command. So
Yeah.
probably what you need to do is go up to the
Yeah.
where the
okay.
units are
Yeah.
and just plunk one down.
Yeah.
Yep.
There we go.
Okay. That's weird that you couldn't delete it.
What is going on? Because I can't turn it now either. I can turn that one. All right. Come on.
That kind of thing shows up once in a while in Vassal. Unit can't flip or can't turn every once in a while.
Can you delete it and then
I
put
can
it back
flip
in?
it.
Huh. Do
Now,
you?
how did you delete it before?
I just clicked on it and then pressed Control D.
Control D. Okay. Yep, that did it. All right. Because there's no delete in the menu. That's what I was trying to do.
Yeah.
Coalition units. Bound. First company.
Can I do that with other coalition units?
Yes, you can. Just find some choice Russian artillery.
Sure.
Accidentally thin the herd there.
Control D, my
Yep.
new favorite key combination.
Control D for
Well,
decimation.
For whatever reason, it's not allowing me to turn it. Can you turn it? That was my cavalry turning. Who was
Yeah,
doing
no, I
that?
was doing that just to see. That's really
That's
weird.
That means it's on our side. That is really strange.
Let me see.
Do you have a different level of access, Eric?
No, it should all be the same. And I mean, if David was out of sync, it would be a problem.
Should we maybe all leave and then come back in?
No, because I can't do anything with it either.
I think it's a technical problem in the particular module.
Or it could have to do with that particular unit, maybe. Right?
Yeah.
Well, it's just a copy of this one here, so, and I can turn that one.
And this
I can flip it.
This is the avant-garde for the Austrians. Yeah. No, that one's not able to do anything. Very strange.
I wonder if it has something to do with the machinations that got us to this version
Um,
that
I've,
Stigler did.
Yeah, I mean it's entirely possible. Um,
All right. Well, right now, his facing is the same as the other guy.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, and we'll try to see what's up with that. And I mean, it's not going to get into action anytime soon. So we can try to find out why that's happening the way it is. I wonder if it's true with any other units that we were to bring on. Here, let's bring down a copy of Napoleon. Can Napoleon be turned? Nope.
Yeah, we got two Napoleons we can kill, huh?
Nope. Yep. No, I can't turn
One's
Napoleon
Joaquin
either.
Phoenix, so
Yeah, that's what is Joaquin Phoenix. A
All
slightly
right.
older version of Napoleon
Joaquin.
from that time. Yes.
Hey, if they can do it with Indiana Jones, they can.
Oh yeah.
Some-
I mean, they will CGI the heck out of Joaquin Phoenix and make him look like he's a teenager. So
They should have Thor play and call it, Napoleon Ragnarok.
give them time. Give them time. I'm sure they will. That sounds just like the sort of thing that they would do. So, all right. Well, we've got some excitement going on. So, is everyone, with the exception of that little glitch with the system?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you want to
Do you
talk
wanna
with
mark-
Robert for a minute, or
Do you want to mark that, or do you want to just leave it, or what do you want to do with it?
We're
Just
gonna. I
leave-
mean, we've got some time to figure it out
And
before
he's
they
going to be
get.
yeah, he's going to be staying with that other one, and so whatever, I'll just keep him on top, and whatever he's doing, the other one but underneath it's doing. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. That'll work. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, I
let's-
guess Robert and I could chat a little bit since we were mostly talking about arrangements to go see a movie on Friday, so we skipped all the fun stuff talking about the game. Here, we'll see you guys in half a second.
okay.
All right, here we are. We have to think about playing a game, Robert.
Yeah. So you're gonna move all of Dave's stuff,
I'm going to move Keith's stuff.
or Keith? I'm sorry. Keith.
Yeah. So,
So you get
I'll have
extra
to get
time.
extra time. Yeah.
Okay.
What I'd like. So here's the situation, right? We've got, they're kind of got this little hedgehog thing kind of going, and that's then going to, for us, we have to try to break through their defenses and do enough damage and capture some stuff. On the face of it, Davu's not really strong enough to do anything on his own. He's only got
No,
one
I'll-
division, and they're pretty weak. So they would be good for garrisoning Pratzen. And then you get that other division kind of up, and then you link it up with the guys that were there in Punktwitz, and then we can start to put a little bit of pressure on the allies there around
Right.
the.
So
yeah.
I'll just kind of concentrate around Pradza.
Yeah, kind of bring your stuff up, start concentrating it around there, and then
And
we
then-
will.
With the stuff, I don't need to leave anything at Algazed now, right?
You can probably leave. Maybe
Just leave that.
you're just going to
211.
send that little 6-7 unit down there. You can send that down there and just kind of garrison that. Because if you sent like cavalry or Cossacks to try to retake it,
Okay.
you'd at
I'll
least be
leave
able to
the-
repel them. Yeah.
Okay, I'll leave the 211 and make the 6-7 go down there. Okay.
Yep.
Now with Keith's stuff, what about with the Austrians there? I mean, you have that light cavalry kind of sitting there all the way at the end of the line. Are you going to use that maybe?
Well,
Or-
yeah, I've got to try to figure out something to do with it here. So part of what I'm got to kind of work on is sorting out his lines. It's all kind of messy over there, and so as a result, it's a little bit of a mess. So I've got to try to tidy it up here a little bit. And
Don't have anything really in the back, so I mean, I was thinking like some of that stuff's taken a couple hits, so you could assault it, um, but you don't have anything to back up if anything fails. That's the problem.
yeah, yeah. And so part of what I got to try to do is get stuff organized so I can get everybody ready for to deal with some kind of an attack or a charge or something. So in the meantime, it's a little bit of a mess. But no, it is what it is. I can figure it out. Um, but that's kind of what I got to try to do over there. And then I'm looking at moving Bernado's division into these woods here. I guess it would be to the right of Blasowitz, and start pushing them back, and linking up then with Lon's corps, and then if you want, I mean, if you want to take, and well, I'm just going to be moving a lot of the stuff kind of over to the right, and getting things ready for, preparing for an attack on Blasowitz in that part of the world.
Okay, so you don't. Well, yeah. So the world's not going to center around destroying the Austrians then.
I mean, I mean, we'll be working on that, but
they have the guard. They have the Russian guard coming up there and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just looking at their positions. So there is that kind of. They're kind of okay. So between Blasowitz and Holubitz, that
Right.
area there is where you want to kind of move in.
Yeah, I'm going to start moving stuff in over there where I think I have I got to kind of clear that stuff out, so that way they can't kind of envelop Lon on both sides, kind of a thing.
Right.
So I got to try to get over there and start coordinating that. I still have Unado's division of grenadiers, so they're kind of my reserve. I've got the guard, so they're going to come in handy at some point in time, and then we'll just kind of see which way we're going to kind of pivot to make the attack. So if you could, move the stuff that you've got, and then if you've got time.
Marshal So, you're going to move with Marshal So just forward?
I don't want to move him forward. I want him moving to the right. So if you want to move all this stuff, then you can move it to the right. So you move it over this way, right? So we're not moving it forward yet. We're moving it
just to the right.
Sideways. Yep, we're moving it to the right.
Maybe like 3 or 4 hexes.
Yeah. Just kind of start shifting stuff over that way. So that way then we are in a position to start, getting the artillery and other stuff in a place where we can start to use it. So the old...
You have the artillery already...
So the artillery that's here with So is unlimbered, but because he's there with it, it'll automatically limber, and then you can move it.
Okay.
Yeah, and so all you want to do is...
me to move that stuff? Or
yeah, if you can move that stuff, and just move it to the right, and then you can bring these guys down from Punktwitz, and you can start to kind of get yourself in a position there around Pratzen.
Okay, so I'll move starting from that 7-7 there over here.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So I would say move your guys first, and then come and start moving the other guys, and then I'm going to start at Keith's far right and move across, and probably meet you there in the middle. Okay.
Okay, sounds good. We'll do that.
Cool. Yep. Don't make any mistakes.
Oh, right.
All
Yeah.
right. So I'm having Robert move a bunch of the stuff that I have because otherwise I can't move my stuff and Keith's stuff
Right.
in one turn. So I figured if we go for if we give ourselves time and a half, so about 15 minutes to do our moves,
Yeah.
that's gonna work. I think that's what you guys did last week in David's absence. You did time and a half. So if that will work for everyone, then that's kind of what we can do.
Yep. Works for me.
Okay, cool. Well, I don't
got
have any
cavalry
I
charges?
do not have any cavalry charges. I know that there's lots of disappointment out there, but no cavalry charges today.
I don't have any either. So.
Yeah, we have to get those lined up and ready to roll first.
All right, Robert, you want to go down to game room 1 then?
Sounds good.
All right.
All right, so Brennan, we're starting over here at the far end of Keith's line. So I'm going to take this guy here. 1, 2. He's going to go into skirmish mode, and I'm going to just park him right there, and just get him cleaned up and looking nice. This guy here is going to pull back, so you can take a shot at him. So just go ahead and roll and see what you get. 62, that's good enough for a hit. So let me go ahead and make a morale check for him. And he's happy as well. Okay, let me go ahead and mark him as a hit. All right, and he's going to pull back a little bit. Hopefully he will bring the leader with him. All right, and then this guy's going to come over here. All right, then this guy is going to... I don't know, is that a hit marker? It is. So he's going to go here, and he's going to come here like that. This guy is going to come forward here, and he's not in line, although it looks like he's in line. He's actually in general order. All right.
Did the battalion that moved out of the woods stay in column or
Oh, he's in column. He's in column. Yep. So, all right. Now I've got... let's see, this guy's going to come here. This guy's going to come out of square. And let's see if I can move everybody. There we go. All right. Oh, I hate it when it does that. Okay. This guy is going to go into line. And he's going to move right there. Okay, this guy here is going to go 1 to turn, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to get over there. Let's see, these guys are going to move here, and that guy's going to face this way, and that guy is going to turn and face that way. Okay. All right. Moving right along. Let's see. This guy is going to move over to the side. No, where's he going to go? He's going to go back here. This guy is going to go here, and this guy's just going to shift. And then this guy's going to shift, and this guy is going to shift, and this guy here, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to come right there. This guy's going to go 1, 2, 3, and go right there. All right. Oh, I got some people in the backfield. I need to move 1. I'm moving that little 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Let's turn him. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bring those guys up. All right. The horses that are over here next to your guy, They're going to move one away, so take a 1-to-1 shot at them. Nope. All right, then they're going to go here, and then they're going to go into skirmish mode. And they're going to be in these 2 hexes, and let's just turn them so they don't look too ugly. All right, this chap's going to come down right there. Let's see. I've got some skirmishers here. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're going to go into skirmish mode. And they're going to flip. And they're going to turn one more, and they're going to be right there. All right. Other skirmishers. Well, let's go ahead and move these guys, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4. And they're going to go into skirmish mode there. Flip them, turn them, and they're going to go right there. All right, and then these skirmishers are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. They're going to go into skirmish mode. That's 5. And then they're going to move into that hex there, 6, 7. There we go. Looking nice and sharp. 1, 2, 3, 4. These guys are going to do the same thing, except they're going to be here, right like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we've got so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll put them right there. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah, no, those guys. Here we go. All right. All right, 1, 2, 3. They're going to go into line. And then right there like that. 1, 2, 3. And they're going to go into line right like that. Okay, let's see where we're at.
There's an artillery battery with that.
Oh, is there?
unit you want.
Okay, sorry. Nope, they are. I think they were over here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're going that way. Okay, and let's see here. And these guys are going to go. All right, we're going to bring those guys up. And we're going to go ahead and bring those guys up here. All right, and we've got something resembling a reserve. All right, and let's go ahead and we're going to move una, dos grenadiers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, those guys are there. Okay. Now. Now the guard. let's see here what we're going to do with them. All right, so Napoleon and the guns. All right, so first I got to get some of these leaders off. Let's zoom in a little bit so we can see who's who. All right, there's Napoleon, Savary, Rapp, okay, Mouton. All right, so we've got those guys there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, all right, those guys are all there. And these guys are going to move. Let's flip them first. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, and we're going to bring those guys down there. And come on, guys, work with me. There we go. Hooray. All right, and then we've got the guard cavalry comes down here. And guard infantry. And more guard cavalry, just for good measure. And more guard stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Oh, and of course we have the Malamukes. Can't forget them. All right. So now, so these guys, what's their movement? 10. All right. So Mouton 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then 12 is going to get him over there. All right. And now I got to deal with the rest of Bernado's corps over here. And I got Murat's cavalry too. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, these guys are here. These guys are here. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then Murat. Good old Murat can come down here. And Bellier. Let's put him over on this side of the creek. Okay. All right. And Robert, are you with us? Maybe not. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay, who has not moved? Okay, I'm just double checking. Make sure people are in the right spot. Oh, I gotta move lawn over here to stack with the artillery. Kept forgetting to do that. And then this guy we're gonna put over here with those guys. All right. And I've got one last unit. Well, time is up here, isn't it? Yeah, well, let me just double check. Everybody's good, mostly good, fairly good. All right, I think that's probably as good as I can do for the moment.
Already?
I think so. So you have some defensive fire.
Yeah. This battalion here
Okay.
and this battalion here will, oh, they can't, okay, yeah, they can combine, their leadership can't combine. But this is 8 and this is 12. They have 3-1 on the.
So how is it that you're firing at me from through your flank?
It's refused.
But normally you'd need to have somebody adjacent to you to have that refused flank.
In Premier, any zone of control in the flank hex causes a refused flank.
A unit in line formation, a flank hex is considered refused as long as it has a friendly zone of influence into the flank hex. Oh, okay. Yeah, because in the past, well, I mean, the way we've played it, and of course it is, as usual, vague. Yeah, but like with Marie-Louise and all the others, if you had a unit here, that would be a, and so this guy was here, he's projecting into that flank hex, right? But you don't, you've got this gap between them. So that's why I'm curious about that. So from what you're saying, the flank hex is technically, you're saying this is the flank hex. And so as long as you have a zone of control into that hex from anywhere, this guy has a refused flank.
In Premier, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, have fun.
Was that 45? I don't know what that was.
What is it? Is it a 2-1, 3-1?
3.
Yeah, that's going to be a hit.
Yeah, right.
Oh, he already had
Then,
one. Yeah, let's go ahead and increase that. Good. So give me a second. I have to make a morale check since it is his second hit. So let me go ahead and roll. 15. No, he's going to bug out. Doesn't matter what. I don't think he is a high quality unit. Nope. So he's going to disorder. And we got to go back 1, 2, 3. So now this guy's got to make a morale check. Oh, and he's going to disorder as well. Best laid plans of mice and men, as they say.
He got surprised by that refused flank.
Apparently so. Well, now I know better. Well, now I'll know to use that to my advantage. 1,
Yeah,
2,
in Premier, the refused
3.
flanks are forgiving.
Yeah.
Quite forgiving.
Yeah. I know that in Marie-Louise, which is where I've played with that rule before, although when we play 5th edition rules, we play with the Marie-Louise version of refused flanks. because there's not anything that's actually in it otherwise. So
It's really harsh if you can't refuse a flank. The flanks get so vulnerable.
yeah. Well, and they didn't have this rule in there until we did the Prussian 1807 game, and I told them you've got to add this because otherwise the Prussians just have their flanks hanging in the wind all the time. So, all right, you've got some more fire.
Yep. Then these two will shoot at this hex. So they've got 12 and 8. It's 20. That's
So 1.5 to 1. 51. That's good enough for a hit. All right. And time for these guys to make a morale check. They just barely made it. You're getting all the good rolls, and I'm getting the less one. Well, it's all Keith's fault. I'm just going to blame it on Keith.
There you go.
Oops,
There
I'm
you go.
law of averages.
Yeah.
All right. Here we've got 2 8s, so it's 1 to 1 on
Okay.
that.
No.
That's it. Then over here, this has 8 and this has 12. They'll shoot 3 to 1 at this.
Okay. Nope.
That's a miss. This will shoot 1 to 1 at this. That's it.
Oh, on that guy? Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and make a morale check for him. Oof. Talk about efficiency. Just barely passed that one.
Yep. This will shoot 1 to 1 at this.
Okay. Ah.
This will shoot 1 to 1 at this. Or maybe this.
Which one?
Yeah, it'll shoot the skirmisher.
Okay.
Yes. This shoots 1 to 1 at the line.
Okay.
Miss. This shoots 1 to 1 at the skirmisher over here.
Okay. That's a hit.
This one shoots 1 to 1 at the unit in front of it. Miss. Cossacks will try to skirmish if they can. What's the rule on very low odds?
It's a 1 to 3. So in Premier, it's just a 1 to 3. So you have
They get 2 attacks, one on this
Yep.
and one on that.
Yep.
Missed. This Cossack, I think, has skirmish attacks on the cavalry and the skirmishers. Yeah. First the cavalry.
Oh, yeah.
Missed. That missed. Seems to be about it, I think.
all right. So I will take a shot at you. So let's go back to the end of the line, the right end of the line. And I'll have this chap take a pot shot at you. And he, I think, is worth 7. So 7 to 9. I'm just going to roll and see what we get. 62. That's going to be a hit. And that's a morale check.
Is it?
Well, I think your musketeers check every hit after the second hit, right?
It's a grenadier with me.
Oh, okay. All right. So then I think they check on, what do they check on?
Every
then? On
even.
even?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Grenadiers?
Yeah.
Every even.
All right. Then this chap is going to combine everything there. So I got 12 to 9 on that. And that's going to be not enough for a hit. Oh, it is a hit. It's a 1-to-1. So they take a hit and they have to make a morale check.
They fail.
They fail. So they're going to disorder back.
Remind me the disorder distance in Premier.
So it's just 3 hexes back. All right. Then here we've got 15 to 9. So that's going to be 1 to 1.5.
1.5 to 1.
Oh yeah, 1.5 to 1. In any case, I think a 32 is a miss. Yeah, I need to get in the 40s. Then here I've got 12 to 9, just a straight up 1-to-1, and that's going to be a hit. And a morale check for them, and they're happy. All right, I've got these guns here. They're going to take a shot at these guys here. We're firing right along the slope, so we can see you. So I've got 6 to 1 with a +1 for, no, +3 for Marshal on. So 6 to 1 with a +3. 16, wouldn't you know it? Well, that's still a hit.
Morale check.
And they're happy. Oh, we keep getting our rolls. Our rolls are reversed. All right. Then this chap and this chap are going to get combined. So I should have... This guy looks like he's worth 6. And this guy's probably worth the same. 7. So 13 to 9. So that's going to be 1-to-1.
Yeah.
Nope. All right. Then this guy's got 12. 12 to 9. And that's a miss. This guy's going to fire here. Just roll and see what we get. This guy's going to... Oh, they can actually fire. It doesn't matter. It wasn't a good enough roll. All right, so then I got 9 plus probably, what, 6? Yeah. So it's 1.5 to 1 on those guys.
They have
Hey,
about
that's a hit.
11.
Well, I rolled a 65.
It is. All right, so we got to figure out whether it's live or dead, right?
Right. So I think we were doing it. If you roll 1 die, if it's odd, it's a blank unit. If it's even, it's a real unit. So it's a real unit. So then you're going to go up to, we've got them there on the turn chart. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So go ahead and roll another die. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So take the top unit here. The 5, 8, I guess that is the second Ergerski. Put a hit marker on him, and he's now a real person.
He probably occupies 2 hexes.
So he'd either be in, when he's revealed like that, he would be in well, I guess he could be like that if you wanted him to, sure.
Like that.
Yeah. I mean, however you want to do it.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah, although I don't know that you'd be there because I've got this cavalry over here in skirmish.
I agree. It's totally unclear.
Yeah. Well, it's either that or he's in general order and he's not in skirmish at all. And you'd have to then put him in skirmish in subsequent turns.
Skirmish, because he was skirmishing, right? So.
Well, we don't know what he's doing. They're just these invisible Ergerskis. Right? I mean, so that's the idea with it. All right.
That's a good name for the band.
For a band, the invisible Ergerskis. All right, I've got a skirmish attack over here on your Cossacks. Hey, what do you know? It's a hit potentially. What are you, 3 to? Nah, it's not. It's a really good roll though. All right, I've got these guys. These guys are going to fire here, so that's going to be 18 to 11. So let's roll. 43. Nope. And then these guys are going to fire 12 to 11. And oh, actually, the 18 to 11 might have been a hit because that was 1 to 1.5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is a hit. So go ahead and roll to see if that guy is actually a human or not.
He was live also.
Oh, so he's okay. So then we go back up and then roll 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be the next guy, the other 5, 3. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and we will. I fired on that one to no effect. These guys are going to fire here, so that's going to be 15 to 14, so 1 to 1, and that's a miss. But you need to make a morale check for those guys anyway, since they smelled smoke, and they're happy. All right, over here I've got 9 to 11. Oh, yeah, 9 to 11 there. That's a miss. And then here, these guys are going to fire there. Well, we'll do our skirmishing first. Nope, nope. And then these guys have got 18 to 14, 1 to 1. Hey, that just misses. But you still have to make a morale check for them. And they're happy too. All right, and I think that took care of all of my firing for the moment. Most of my assaults have all gone to pieces since they decided they were going to run away, bastards. The Emperor will have a word with you. So let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do an assault here on these guys. So I've got 6 and 6. I've got 12. So it's 2 to 1. There's no pluses. There's no minuses. Well, actually, there's a -3 since you're in line.
Is that an improvement?
Yeah, when the Austrians are in line, they're improved by 3.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that. I mean, that was. I thought it was on the pre-mailing route check thing.
Austrian defenders in line.
Yeah, +3.
All right.
Oh, it's another 4-6. So they're happy. All right. So I'll roll for this guy first. And he's happy. And then I'll roll for this guy next. And he's also happy. So now we just go ahead and do our numbers. So that's 14. And this guy's going to be 16. So I've got 30.
I have 10.
Okay, so it's a 3 to 1. All right, here we go. Let's roll and see what we get.
We round down or not? It's
62 at 3 to 1 is going to be a DD. So, DD infantry. All defending infantry retreat 3 hexes, lose 1 increment for each enemy Zoc exited. So they'll lose another 1 and go back 3.
Yep.
All right, and this guy will go ahead and advance into the hex. And let's see here. Let's do an assault here on these guys. So at this stage, you're going to roll to see if they are real humans or not. And they are not. So you remove the piece. That's if it'll let you delete it, I guess.
Oh.
All right, and then I will advance there. I'm going to have this guy go ahead and assault you here.
So it can retreat before combat, right?
You can retreat before combat since you have zones of free path. You've got a space you can go back.
And then we need to mark it because it moved, right?
Yeah, yeah. So you would put it's probably like a little marker, like one of the little flags that we use for like a moo marker or something like that.
Doesn't it depend on how much it moves?
If it as long as it moves more than one hex, it's marked as moved. So if it only moved one hex, that would be fine. But if you move more than one, plus it's going through that terrain costs more.
Yeah, if he moves one, you can attack him again. Anyway,
Exactly.
So
Right. So that's why you've got. I mean, you might as well move him back too.
let me think about that real quick. Okay. I think what he'll do is fall back one, and then if you want, can you attack him again? Can he fall back again or not? That's what. Probably.
So I don't think so because he already retreated before combat.
Right. Yeah. This has been a constant debate for 30 years.
Yeah, and so that's why, generally speaking, with the skirmishers,
Go back to it.
yeah, let's get him back another one just to be on the safe side.
Yep.
All right, we're going to go ahead and let's see. We're going to do we'll do the same thing here with this guy. So he can retreat through his own skirmisher.
Right. Yeah, he'll do that.
Yeah. Whoops, I hate it when they...
You don't have to make a morale check on that?
No, because he retreated before combat.
Okay.
Yeah, so I could just occupy the hex that he was in. All right. Then we'll attack here and see what we get. So roll to see if he's a real person or a fake. Nope, he's a fake one as well. All right, so that guy will advance there. Any other melees? Well, I don't think I've got anything else I can do for the moment because it's all a big mess over here.
This skirmisher could conceivably attack that unit there.
True, but if you turn out to be a real unit,
Right. Yeah,
I would be at a slight disadvantage doing that. So if you were a fake unit, that would be fine. But I mean, at this stage in the game, you got one, two. I think you've only got two real ones left on the board, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 still out there. Yeah. So, well, it's kind of nice with the real game because the false units, on the back of them, it tells you what the real unit is, or if it's a false one. So the Russians would know what's real and what's not. And so you can then set up your pieces, accordingly. But with this way, I mean, there's no, unless they get the counters, add some sort of counters that would allow us to do it. We can't really do it in the same manner as the other one. Okay, let's see here. I don't think I've got any other melees. I think that was about it for the moment. So, yeah. Okay, so then I've got recoveries. So these 2 cavalry moved less than half, so they are going to be fully recovered. All right, and get rid of those tired markers. All right, so let me go ahead and roll for this guy to see if he recovers. 32. That's going to be a 26. All right, let's flip this over and see what he is. He's a 23. Okay, so he's fine. He recovers. And then the other chap will roll for him. 33. That's going to be a same thing. I think he's okay too. Yeah, he's a 24. Okay. All right. It was just a false alarm, guys. Just a false alarm. Okay. Well, that is some excitement. Is there anything else that I'm missing? How did things go on your end of the map, Robert?
Bunch of moving.
Bunch of moving. Okay.
Yep.
It's always the
That
best
square
kind.
marker sitting out in the middle of the thing there,
Just
near where you're.
Oh, yeah.
Just tightening the noose.
Yes, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. Okay, cool. That is it then for me. So, thank you for your patience, everybody.
No, it's a lot.
Yeah.
That
Well,
was
it's like-
exciting.
it was exciting. I ended up learning something new and getting some really bad rolls in the process. So I tell you, I think I'm going to have to talk to Stigler and have him go ahead and fix this. So that way, whenever the French are pressing the button, it's always exactly what we want. So, all right, it's your guys' turn. Do you guys want to chat a little bit, or do you have an idea yet what
For
you're
a
gonna
minute,
do?
but
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go chat a little bit.
all right.
All right. How did things go on your end of the world?
So I slid over everything sideways with
Mm-hmm.
So's core there, so it's more concentrated. And I moved stuff over toward Pratza, and I'll organize that, and then I'll start moving from Pratza toward probably the vineyards.
Yeah, that would be the thing to do. Just kind of start pushing in around on that side. And
I mean, he's got a lot of cavalry, so I'm going to have to kind of move up with squares and.
well, yeah, and we'll have to see where he's got some artillery that's kind of motoring up. So we have to see kind of where he plans on parking that.
Yes. Well, they got serious artillery everywhere.
Yeah. Well, and
But
that's
you did pretty good with the Austrians and everything. I think they're kind of reeling over there a little bit.
yeah. I mean, I've got some stuff set up to charge, and he's really weak there in that area between Blasowitz and Krug. I mean, he's got a little bit of the avant-garde over there, so he's going to have to start moving stuff there. I started moving Napoleon's artillery over there.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. And so the idea is to see where they go. And, you know, that artillery is fast enough. I can reposition it anywhere I want, practically. It's like a very fast moving version of the guns of Navarone. So,
Right.
yeah,
There you go.
yeah. And I'm not
The only
afraid.
thing about my side is that again, if he does any cavalry charges,
Well, if he
he's gonna
does,
blast that cavalry pretty much up.
right. But then you can surround it with your infantry, you know, countercharge it with your own cavalry. Um, so if he comes out and he's unsupported, then that cavalry is going to, just like what happened in the other turn, runs the risk of suffering annihilation. So remember when we played the against the guys there, the Prussian one, the Super Jena game that we played back in Tempe.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah.
so yeah, the Prussians had beautiful cavalry just like this, and they charged forward, and the French just surrounded it, and it fails its morale check, and it surrenders.
Yeah.
So you know, it's if they
I remember doing that to Monty. Yeah.
yeah
That's the plan here.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
yeah. Well, I mean, and that's
Oh, is to have your units surrounded and
Yeah.
surrender. Okay.
yeah,
Mhm.
but I mean that's how we dealt with those big giant units, those big giant cavalry units back in that game.
All
So,
right.
all right, are you gentlemen ready? Do
I
you
don't
guys
have
have
any
any cavalry
charges.
Okay. Brennan, do you have any cavalry charges?
No.
Okay. And
All
you're
right.
So, all right. Game
No
room one,
horses.
Robert?
Sure. Okay. See you there.
All right. So, Brennan, where do you want to start?
Let me think here. Start up at the edge
Okay,
and kind of work left.
sure. So, I don't think you've got enough to do that because
Is
it
that right?
costs 2 to exit that hex, and so it would cost you 2, and it would cost you 4 to go there. It's going to cost you 6 to go into that hex.
Okay, he has a movement allowance of 7.
Was he in line or was he in column?
Column.
Oh, okay.
He's
Then
in
he
column.
can do it. This guy, however, I don't know that he can do that because leaving here is going to cost him 2, and then it's going to cost him, what is it, 5 more to go there? Yeah, so that's going to cost him 7. What's his movement?
The skirmisher is probably 8.
Okay, well, if it's his, okay, so he can do it. Where are you at now? I've lost track of you. Oh, okay. Okay.
These two batteries are going to roll for limbering.
Okay.
Limbered and move here. This battery will roll for limbering. It limbered, and it's going to move here.
Okay.
Sorry, take that back.
Where are you at now? Okay.
The skirmisher moved.
Okay.
Yeah, he's too weak to be in the front line there.
I guess Kohlroth is an Austrian?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So those guys went back 1 hex. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
they didn't
Okay.
move. They're going to make that line move. They weren't sure
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to figure out.
yep. This unit will go here.
So he's in 2 hexes face? Okay, interesting.
Yeah, he's a weird unit. There's a lot of weird Austrian units. I gotta say. Yep.
Those are the best kind.
The weird ones.
Well, at least they're still there.
Yeah,
They didn't surrender at Ulm.
that is true. That would have sucked.
Oh, here come the big heavy guns.
They're thinking about it. They're looking for the right spot. And they're watching the action. Kind of weird action, but anyway.
Well, it is interesting trying to get everything kind of lined up right, so it's half the
Yep.
battle.
That's right. This is some random movement going back over here.
Where are you at? Back on the other side of the line, or
Yeah, far to the left.
over to the left? Oh, okay. I didn't know if that was you moving something or David moving something.
That's me.
Okay. Where are you at now?
Down here,
Ah, okay.
moving a few of these loose units around here and there. It's a lot harder on the computer screen than
Oh, yeah. Don't tell me.
the
All right.
perspective. I could never play chess on a computer. I gotta tell you,
Ah,
never could play it. Um,
well, you're running up on time. I think you got maybe
Yeah.
30 seconds left, so
yep.
go ahead and finish whatever you want to. Gotta get the czar ready for somebody else to come visit.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah, more or less like that. Any super loose units didn't go anywhere. Wasn't
Do,
much.
do,
Yep.
do.
All right, I guess I'll do it. Yep.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, cool. We'll do our defensive fire then, shall we? So we've got some skirmishing here and some skirmishing here. So it's going to be at 1 to 3 odds, 1 to 3 odds. So here we go. Nope, and nope. Then this guy's going to take a shot here. And nah, yeah, we'll take a shot here. See if we get lucky. Hey, we do. That's a hit and a morale check for those guys, and they're half dead on top of everything else. That's going to be a 22. They still might pass. Nope, they don't. They're going to disorder.
The 3 hexes removed.
Yep, 3 hexes. All right, then we've got our skirmishers here, or half of them. So these guys, let's see, we'll fire on these chaps here. So that's going to be a 6 to 9, and that's a miss. And then these guys are going to fire here, and that's going to be 12 to 9, 1-to-1 shot. And that just barely missed you. All right, and then this chap here is going to fire 12 to 9 on that guy. And that is a miss. All right, and then these 2 guys are going to fire here. It's probably going to be a 1-to-1 shot, I imagine, since they're both probably, what, 6s or 7s? Oops. Control F. Yeah, so it's going to be 13. So 13 to 9, that's not enough for a 1.5 to 1.
Not quite 1.5 to 1.
Yeah. Here we go. 33, that's a miss. All right, moving right along. Here we've got 12 to, well, let me do this shot first. If I hit you, then you're not going to have a flank. So we'll do this one first, and so that's going to be probably a 6 to 8, right? I think that was your 7 to 8, so just shy of 1-to-1. So 1.5 to 1. Here we go. Nope, that's a miss. All right, so here then we've got 12 to 9, 1-to-1, and that's a miss. And all right, then I got some skirmishing here on that guy. 64. I mean, you got a defensive 11. No, you got a defensive 8. So that is 2.5 to 1. Hey, that's a hit. So roll to see if they're real or not. 2, they're real. So we've only got 2 guys left. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's the bottom guy. Yeah.
Eric, where was the target around him?
He was right here. And so he's got 1 hit on him.
What happens when the last live guy goes on? Do we take off all the others?
No, the guys that are still false units stay there until they're revealed.
Okay.
So it's kind of nice in that you've got, for as long as they're on the map, you've got them shooting 1-to-1 and acting as, some sort of defense. All right, then my other skirmish I'll do over here. Same thing. Nope, that's a miss. All right, then these guys and these guys will combine on that hex. So I'm going to have 15 plus 6. That's going to be 21. 21 to 14. So that's going to be 1.5 to 1. 66. That is a hit. They rout.
How far do they route?
They're going to route their full movement value. So that should get them almost back to the Kaiser. Or I mean to the Tsar, I should say.
Oh, because they're
Cossacks.
Cossacks.
Yeah.
How about
Yeah.
that?
They are Dennis's favorite units there. All right, moving right along.
That says something. Okay.
I know, he likes them. We've got this guy. He's going to take a shot there, so it's 6 to, or it's 9 to 8, a 1-to-1 shot. That's a miss. And then this guy is going to shoot. So we've got 18 to. Well, we can add in 4 for the skirmish on that side. So that's going to be a 1.5 to 1 shot on that guy. And that's a miss, but they have to make a morale check for the smell of gunpowder. 33, they're 34, they're going to rout as well.
Do they route?
Yep. They don't take any losses, though, but they do rout. So the Cossacks are really, just shooting at them is enough to get them to run away. If you hit them, then they automatically rout. So that's the difference.
Yeah, they're very interesting, helpful units, but they don't. Their job is not to stand in the line.
Yeah, no. And
slow things down.
yeah, and so there's a few of them that have the skirmish ability, which is great. And then the ones that don't have the skirmish ability don't have quite the same versatility. So, all right, I think that was everybody that I've got adjacent. So it's time for you to start shooting back.
All right. Well, we'll start back up at the top of the line here.
Oh, actually, so I skirmished at you, and then I just pull back 1.
Well, there's no shot then. Okay. This unit beautifully is refused thanks to this skirmish.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I'm going to have to get that rule changed. No, I mean, it's not a bad rule. So it just needs to be a little cleaner maybe, but it's not going to happen. All right, so you've got half of your, whatever your, so you get, is that 2.5 increments?
At 8 plus half of 25, 12 and a half, 20, 2 to 1.
Okay. 63, that's going to be a hit. Is that their first hit? Yep. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Then these 2 will fire at this hex. That's 20, but 1.5 to 1.
Okay.
Well, not quite. Yeah, it is. It's 12, so that's a hit.
Yeah, so it's, I have a fire defense of 12. All right, so they're going to go up, and they're going to then shrink away from you now that they can fit in 1 hex. Thank you for helping me with that. I was
You're welcome.
really desperately trying to get them into 1 hex.
But now the artillery will fire up the line at that.
Adding injury to insult.
That's right. They've got 18, and I wonder if the second battery can reach or not. No, it's blocked.
This one here that's next to it?
Yeah, it's blocked.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be.
It's blocked.
Yeah. So you're going to have 18 to 12. So that's 1.5 to 1?
Yeah. Plus 2 for the leader.
There you go. Nope, that's not good enough.
No. Now hereabouts, let's see. This one has 8 against the skirmisher. That's 1 to 1.5 miss. Then this battalion and this battalion will combine. They have 20 versus 9. That's 2 to 1.
So that is a 2 to 1 of 35, I believe, is a hit on 2 to 1, right? Yep. All right. And let's
Was
go
that
ahead.
his first or second?
That's his second. Let me go ahead and make a morale check for him. He's happy.
All right. So then this artillery, we'll see if you can see anybody up that way. Maybe you can see the cavalry.
1, 2,
You can
3,
see the
4,
cavalry.
5, 6.
Yeah.
Yep.
He has a wick bench, so he's got 12. That's 2 to 1.
Okay.
That's a hit
Oh, okay.
on the 610.
Sure. All right, let's make a morale check for them. And they're happy.
Yep. Then this battalion and this one will fire at that. They have 20. That's 3-1.
So these guys are worth, so they're 12, and then you've got 3.5 here.
Mm.
So
That
3.5
one,
times 3, or no, they're times 2. They are 6th division, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to be, so that's not 20.
It's 19 versus 6, 3-1.
Yeah, yeah, okay. So that's going to be a hit.
Yep. Then this battalion here has 12 against that battalion in column. That's a hit on this one.
Okay.
The false unit will fire at the skirmisher.
Okay.
No, it'll fire at the line. It'll fire at the skirmisher. It's a hit.
That's a hit. And another shrink. Boop.
Jaeger down here, that's a live Jaeger. It has 6 firepower. It'll fire at the chasseurs. Probably a miss.
Yeah, because
It's
you're at
firing
1 to 2.
1 to 2, 53, not good enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Over here, this unit has it's skirmishing, so it's got
It's got 2,
Half-
so it's got 6 to 12 on that hex
Right.
there, right? Same thing.
yes.
No.
False unit will shoot here 1 to 1. That's a hit on
That is a hit, a palpable hit.
that false unit doesn't have a target.
Correct.
Look for any more artillery that might have. No, that doesn't. Austrian artillery, no. Well, it's all getting engaged now.
It is.
Seems to be the end of the fire attacks.
Right. Did you have any assaults?
Probably not. Let me think. Skirmishers, if the form units go, but like that firing line by the Austrians over here, it's working pretty good. So no
Yeah.
particular.
Yeah, they're doing their job.
Yeah, their job is just to stand and shoot firepower. So that's
Yep. Okay, so you've got some routed guys to roll for, and then you've got some disordered guys to roll for, and then you've got some cavalry tiredness,
Yeah,
etc. to update. So why don't we do the?
There's a Cossack that's routed
Yep.
back here. Did he recover? I think he did.
You rolled a 52 for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
All I see is all these rolls, and I can't tell which one was for which.
That was this.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Now we're doing this one. Now we're doing this one over here.
No,
That's
so he's going to keep running.
Perfect.
1, 2,
All right.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Nope, he can't go there. I've got a unit
Gotta go
within
forward.
15 of him.
All
So
right,
he's gotta
where's
keep
where's
going.
Yeah, he'll keep going.
Yeah, so he could come back here, or he could go back there, but yeah.
All right. This unit here covers this.
Yep.
This unit here recovers that. This recovers from the.
Yep.
There, that recovers the entire. This unit tries to rally from disorder.
Oh,
Good
they're
job.
totally
The 6th
happy.
battalion gets the 66.
Yeah,
They're happy. Yeah,
they are. That's
we're motivated.
very motivated.
And this other one over here, we'll try. That does
Oh,
not
they're
want
going to route.
They're not. Hot and cold.
Yeah.
That's right. They're looking for the emperor. How far do they route now?
What are they? They're infantry? So they're just going to move 6. So they move their normal movement value.
They're not very fast in this game.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
And
you've got
the disordered thing in the forest will try.
he's going to route as well, yeah.
All right. That seems to be about it. Did the skirmishers that retreated before combat, do they recover?
Yeah, you would take the marker off of them. So they will have their ability to run rampant here in no time at all. All right. So what all happened over on your end of the world there, David, Mr. Plock?
Just pulling back into my defensive position.
There you go. Straightening the deck chairs on the Titanic there.
Yep.
There you go. It's looking good. It's looking formidable.
It looks, yeah, this the Blazowitz to Starry, whatever it is, line.
There we go. Well,
Yeah.
on the bright side, we've recently acquired some cluster munitions. So we will be deploying those. You know,
I see.
yeah, because Napoleon's not above committing a occasional crime against humanity. Why not? What's a war crime in the early 19th century?
You know, you gave me that bust of Napoleon I have in my office.
Yes.
One of our European historians saw it and had to give me a long lecture about Napoleon.
Yes, yes. Well, that should not be a surprise, you know.
Yes. Yes. And of course, if you're anywhere near being Russian, it's that's the other one.
Yeah. No, that's par for the course. I will go ahead and advance the clock. So it is it'll be the 11:40 turn next time we get together. Hopefully Keith and David will both be back. And that way then they can take over their respective commands and figure out what they're supposed to do. So
As we left them in chaos over there.
well, yes, that's putting it mildly. So it's the sort of thing like, okay, trying to move all that stuff. I've got. It's a good thing that you helped out, Robert, because otherwise I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 divisions to move, plus all the cavalry. So if I were sitting at the desk, at the table, it wouldn't be so hard to do. But
True.
but on Vassal, it's like make sure you click the right things every time. So
It's much harder on the computer because the perspective is so flat.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's a good point.
I mean Robert, did you or was it you, David, that played on Tabletop Simulator?
I do have. I've got it, and I've got that one Napoleonic game.
Right.
But I haven't really. I haven't really played it. I've played around on it a little bit, but that's it.
Okay. I was just curious if, because what I've seen some of the stuff with Tabletop Simulator, it looks like you're able to, like, tilt it so it actually looks like a table, and then you can sit at different perspectives. So it could be like you're sitting at the table, and then the map and the image and everything looks like you're actually sitting there.
Yep, and you can actually flip the table too.
If you get mad.
Yep.
Oh, it's probably good that we're not playing on that.
So on Tabletop Simulator, do they have some of the La Bataille games?
I don't know. I know that there is a I've seen like on Limey Yank they've got there's a few La Bataille games, but they're on something called Sun Tzu, which was another type of um,
Mm.
version or another type of vassal esque um, system. So I don't know.
I know the game community here in San Diego, they're big with that tabletop
Tabletop
simulator.
simulator, yeah,
Now the one I have is that new one. Was it Doherty's?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's his, and
Now
um,
that's Napoleonic, and it has one of the scenarios from that Napoleonic game on the tabletop simulator that you could download from it.